Despite being young and inexperienced, the rebuilding Canadiens shocked quite a few people around the hockey world last season when they pulled a fast one on everybody and snuck themselves into a wildcard position. And while yes, Laine Hudson definitely played a significant role in their success, adding 66 points and shattering more ankle bones than a drunken Webster with a baseball bat. However, what people tend to forget is that old Patty here was also a major factor from the minute that he was injected into the lineup. In fact, one could even argue that it was his return that ultimately turned the Canadiens season around. So in today's video, we're going to focus on him. We're going to talk a little bit about Patty. I'm going to pump his tires a little bit, and I'm going to tell you why this upcoming season is probably the most important season throughout his entire career. Now, this video is also brought to you by Mirage Trading. And if you consider yourself a bit of a card collector, if you gotta catch 'em all, well, guess what? MirageTrading.com has every single hobby box that you could possibly be looking for. Hockey, baseball, basketball, Pokemon, whatever you want, whatever you're looking for, they got it. And you can find all their links in the description of today's video. August 19th, 2024. The Montreal Canadiens trade defenseman Jordan Harris to the Columbus Blue Jackets in exchange for Patrik Laine and a second-round pick in 2026. You see, after another injury-plagued season in Columbus, Laine was looking for a fresh start. He was looking to hit that reset button. And the Canadiens, well, they had high hopes that he could rekindle some of that goal-scoring magic that we all know he's capable of. But before his season even began, it all went to shit. You see, during a stupid preseason game against the Toronto Maple Leafs, this little asshole right here clipped Patty as he was trying to get into the Leafs zone, which resulted in a sprained knee and forced Patty to miss the first 24 games of the season. And you gotta admit, that was such an incredibly frustrating way to start the season. Not only for the Habs and their fans, but for Patty as well, okay? That had to be a steel-toed Dunlop kick to the balls. The Canadiens only managed to win just 8 games with Patty out of the lineup, but let me tell you something. When he returned in December against the New York Islanders, it was like Viagra in an intravenous. Not only did the power play look immediately better, but the Habs, for the first time in a few years, they actually started to look a little dangerous again. And with Patrik Laine now in the lineup, they would go on to win 12 games out of their next 18. They started rolling all of a sudden. Now, Patty would finish up the season with 20 goals and 33 points in 52 games. Did he struggle at times? Absolutely. My God, this guy looked like Special Officer Doofy every time he was caught in the defensive zone. But still, we got to be lenient, and we got to keep in mind that he was trying to get back into game shape, okay? He was trying to get those legs moving again after a pretty significant knee injury. And even though he probably wasn't feeling 100%, one thing that would always remain was that crazy-ass piss missile of a shot. Look at that. It's unbelievable. Patty's one of the only guys on the team that doesn't even have to get out of bed to piss in the toilet. He could just snipe it right from the mattress. And with all the work that he's been putting in over the offseason, I don't know about you, but I've got a really good feeling like we're about to see a much better version of Laine than what we've seen last season. This is arguably the most important season of his career. He's 27 years old. He's supposed to be in his prime right now. He's been injured countless times. And with that current juicy contract that he's got about to come to an end right at the end of the season, I'm not expecting to see any flaws at all on Patrik Laine, all right? He's going to be going balls to the walls to prove that he's still got what it takes. Now, in saying that, I'm not expecting him to go out there and score 40 goals. My God, I don't even know if he's going to get 30. But if he does manage to play 70-plus games and continue contributing offensively like he was doing last season, the Canadiens, they're going to have a tough decision to make. I mean, do you try and work out a brand new contract with him? Maybe some kind of a team-friendly deal? Or do you trade his ass at the deadline? Because, I don't know. Obviously, a lot of this is going to depend on how competitive of a team the Canadiens are going to have next season. But I mean, with the healthy, motivated Patrik Laine and this new young rookie named Ivan Demidov who could feed him pucks, just keep feeding him. Oh, I honestly can't wait to see what happens. I honestly can't wait to see how it all plays out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a really fun season. And I know a lot of you like to rip on Laine. I mean, even me. I made a projected lineup just a couple of weeks ago, and I hadn't penciled it on the third line. But the fact remains that this guy's got one of the best shots on the team, okay? I don't think anybody can deny it. Now, his effort level is a bit suspect at times, which kind of freaks me out, especially 5-on-5. But I'm hoping with everything that he's got on the line this season, it's going to give him that extra little bit of a kick in the ass to get the motor going. He's going to have a few new faces in town, helping him out. Probably not Doc, because apparently he might not even be ready yet. That's a different story. Could have eaten a sharp Dorito again, found one in the bag. Gets him every time. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. I really hope Patrik Laine just proves everybody wrong, myself included. I hope he just goes out there this season and goes ape shit. You can let me know your thoughts below. Please don't forget to poke that like button right between the two eyes before you leave here. And hey, I'll see you next time.